Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. And for the what are they called? The band? What are they at the bottom in the stalls? The orchestra. Thank you, the orchestra. And to you, Bells. And to Green. And to the admins. And to Tubbo. And to Foolish. What a guy. I tell you what, believe it or not, Foolish said, I came to him and I went, do you want to plan the ending so we have like a nice finale to our work? And he went, I don't want to know anything. And I went, if that's the way you want to do it. Foolish has been one of the most wonderful content creators to work with. I've never met anybody who has been so game for doing whatever you want while also not knowing it. I am so thankful to the Realm for showing and introducing me to him. A huge thank you to Tubbo for not dissolving the factions because I kept begging him and go, please just keep them going. Please don't do anything with the factions. Please don't do a faction draft. If you mess up the faction people, then I'm not going to be able to be like, it's going to ruin everything. And for just basically hearing every time I had to say anything about the Realm, if I had any concerns or anything, he always heard them.
Bravo, roses, roses,
I did
roses,
literally
bravo,
sitting in his office,
Jester.
being like, we can't do anything with the factions. It just has to be as it is, please. I can't go to a different faction. It ruins the whole story. A huge thank you to the lore admins, who were insanely helpful and just super creative and wonderful at writing. They consistently made me feel heard every time I had a problem or a mistake with the writing that I was doing. For example, I changed the book that Roz had written into a different book because it made more sense. So I was like, canonically, I'll just like rewrite it. But they were happy in there to basically help facilitate that. They were down to basically be actors in this story. A huge thank you to the tech admins. I don't think they get enough thanks, basically. Everybody's always going on in the feedback channel and they always just do it. They just make things work. So I'm very, very thankful for them. Thank you to all of Green, who they were all very new to me. Pangy, Bad Boy Halo, Hannah X, Rose, Lukey. Never worked with any of them before. I hate the feedback channel. You'll never see me there anymore. Yeah, all of the Green members were completely new. So thank you so much to them. Thank you to Bekimon, who is currently releasing all of the letters across the entirety of season 2. We'll see. We'll see. I will miss the Jester, but I can't tell you how good it feels to finish a story. Like, this is the best feeling. If you haven't done it before, you've absolutely got to try. You got to write something and then you got to finish it. Because having a self-contained narrative is like, that's it. There's literally, I strive for this and nothing else when I'm doing story writing. It's like, that's the main focus. Unlike D&D. Stop it. Wow, I really didn't think that we were gonna get there. I had to, what the hell? I didn't say that was somebody in chat. So I basically had to not tell any of Yellow that this was happening today. Obviously they could get clues and stuff, but I had to just be like, because I couldn't risk them bursting through the wall and going, stop that. So thank God for that. The only people that knew what was happening today was Pangy, Bad Boy Halo, Stultus, and Lukey. And I got the crown! Oh. I really thought that he was going to fight all of us at the end. Also, by the way, the TNT minecarts under the castle and Prince Anne blowing up, complete bluffs. Oh. We don't know who Stultus was mod-wise, and I like it like that. I think it's cooler like that. The Realm has been my first proper introduction to you. Oh, I should plug. This is not the only story I've ever written. If you go to YouTube, you'll find a bunch of self-contained stories, ! YouTube. The one you'll probably enjoy the most, if you liked the concept of Jester Owen, is Outsiders. It's a long series, but it's one of the best. I went into... you know what? I'm going to save all of this discussion for another day. And one final insanely massive thank you to my fiance, Luann. Literally, without her, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be quite vulnerable when I say this. I lost sleep over this server because I've never dealt with not knowing how my narrative was going to end. In the early days or in the middle days of the realm, I would get onto a call with Luann and be like, I just don't know what I'm going to do. Like, there was a lot of frustration sometimes because certain things that I had scoped out in my head didn't go the way that I hoped they would. And she sat through and took the brunt of all of it. Without her, you wouldn't have had a finale. So, but that's all for another day. And again, one massive thank you to Green for being so patient with me while I dealt with all of that. And we waited patiently. Hello, hello, hello! How are we doing? It's the last stream ever? Question mark? No. We'll just cut that. We'll just cut that. Straight to the core. No. Toby appeared at my house yesterday to give me a gift with Becumon and Crow that I will show you in just a moment. Amesy was live, obviously, so couldn't make it. But I was talking to Tubbo about how it went, and he was like, that's why Foolish is the streamer's streamer. And I was like, you know what? That's really good. Nice praise and applause about your story performance. It was really nice to see the plot be so well received. They're such good uns. Look what they got me. I've never been gifted anything for DMing anybody before. Hold on. Ugh. There we go. Look at this. It's going to be kind of difficult to get the vibe, but isn't that cool? It's me on No Dice with all of these memories. Isn't it so cool? Shout out Mookachu. We're going to talk about the realm today. What I want to do, I'm gonna be that guy. I say it's a just chatting stream. It's actually a bit of a React Andy stream because I want to go back and react to everybody seeing Foolish's death. That's what we're going to do today. And their reaction to the letters. I mean, I don't know if I can find it, but also I'm going to say this right now, right from the tippy top of this entire thing. If anybody says that Foolish's death doesn't mean anything because he's just going to come back as a totem because he's immortal, and so it just so the Jester's execution hasn't changed anything. If they're saying that in character, it's copium. If they're saying it out of character, it's ignorant. All right, those are the two. Instant fire back, knee-jerk reaction, case closed. That cover is shut. Copium because if they're in character, and this goes for community members and creators alike. If a creator in character is saying that it doesn't have any effect, pure copium. They just don't want to admit that they lost their king despite their best attempts. Oh, Tang. And likewise, if they don't think it's going to make any difference, let it ever be mentioned. Let Foolish's name ever be mentioned, or the Kingdom of Fools ever be mentioned in any capacity for the rest of the realm, and it not be brought up that the king died to the Jester. That's never not being made. Even if they don't say it out loud, it's in their head. No one's not going to think of it. So that's a massive change already. Secondly, always immediate clapback response from Green. If any of Yellow are ever getting a little too lippy for their good, any of Green can just be like, didn't you fail to protect your one charge? Your one purpose was to protect the king and you failed. Wasn't that you? And if any community members are saying, I'm just going to pretend that didn't happen, or this doesn't make any difference, you might know that, but I know personal growth. I know personal achievements. The Jester is content. It made a difference to him. You might be able to pretend like it never happened, but for the Jester, it made the world of difference. Cinema. Anyway, that's that. Here we are, starting with his POV. I want to see what his chat was saying. Thank you, Luan, for getting this. I appreciate it. They still talk about when he got reset the first time. I have a fun question. Was it always going to end this way? Was there a world that Teophilus wasn't killed if he was good enough? If he was a good enough king, he wouldn't have died. We'll get into that in a little bit. But ultimately, the Jesters never found a king like that. So he went in being like, that's not going to happen. I am going to drop massive Jester lore today. Yes, that is happening. Okay. First off, from his POV, which is what I'm covering him. Sorry, hold on. Womp. There we go.
Well, get on with it then. I don't want to have to see your face again.
Oh, I don't think I'm ever going to be back again, so I appreciate it. Oh. Someone told me that.
Well, see you around, fella.
How is he not taking any knockback? I only just clocked that. That's like a knockback to the other eye axe. Again, so I appreciate it. Known bug? Oh, okay. Oh.
Well, see you around, fellas, for a little bit, maybe. One more hit.
He's like, keep going, a little bit more. What does he say? I haven't seen his reaction.
Guys. Wait. What if this actually gets rid of the rat?
No. I'm not a rat. Hold on. Was he talking about me?
And Green maybe is painted as the bad guy too?
I mean, yeah, that was just gonna happen. Oh, instantly plotting. That's very impressive. Okay.
To touch your soul.
There's evidence pointing to you being a rat. There is a lot of evidence.
We'll have. What?
Oh, so... Wait. I'm going here. Okay. Okay.
We'll have. What? What?
That's the best reaction yet. That's so, I mean, we only watched two, but just like reading a book really carefully. No, don't care about that. Whoa, look at this. Wait, look how many, like, I wish I had got like a bird's eye view of people just taking to the skies.
Hello? Zam,
Hello?
do you know where
Everybody just like, just lifting up.
he is? He?
No idea.
I'm so glad I did it away from spawn. Can you imagine if I'd done it in my tent? They would have jumped me like nobody's business. If I'd just been sitting in my tent and his stuff was everywhere, just Zam would have...
Yeah, I could not tell you. Oh my god!
Oh, yeah, see? Oh, our place looks so nice. We did such a good job for finishing that before we killed the king. They were searching everywhere around spawn. Phew. Okay. Zam is someone who I'm particularly interested in.
Oh, you can break stuff here. Oh, whoa! What? What?
This is great. Oh, you can go through there? I died.
Excuse me?
I guess I didn't get to see that you could use that portal because I died before I... Anyway.
Oh my god, Foolish has 0 lives.
Is this where Namesy flies in?
No.
Hello?
Hello?
Zam, do you know where he is?
Where is he?
Oh,
no
sick.
idea. I could
That's
not
cool
tell you.
seeing these moments where everybody was.
Oh
This
my
is sick.
god. What the like what?
Oh, well, all right. Well, fair play, Prince Zam. I wasn't familiar with your censorship game. Apparently also got
Excuse me?
adopted. Dang, that's crazy. Well, oops.
No.
Okay, this is someone I'm particularly interested in. I wonder how Phil reacts.
Anyone want to make me fire us?
No.
I wasn't asking particularly you, mate, or you. Foolish was slain by OwengeJuice using netherite great axe.
Why is he announcing it?
Well, I was wrong in my bets on who was dying today. 100%.
Really? Who did you?
Well, actually, no. I actually did say Foolish. Oh, I did say Foolish.
That's a reset.
I did say Foolish. Holy I'm 50% right.
Who else did he think?
Chat, if you wanna just gift subs.
Yeah, chat. If you want to just gift subs, feel free.
Wait, he's actually gone.
That both of them reset.
Is dead.
Dang.
Anyone
Dang. Sick. Okay. Roz.
A nice perch. There. I might try and make it look a little prettier. Oh.
Just silent.
Okay, I'm gonna go see. I'm gonna go find him.
Yeah,
Give me 1 minute.
You go.
Him? Me?
Hello? Hello?
Foolish? He's gone. And there's Zam.
Hello? Zam, do you know where he is?
Oh,
In character, I see.
No idea. I could not tell you.
I still love the bite me part. That was just me. That was just me. Bite me. Oh dear. Ollie? Okay. Oh, Johnny as well. Hold on. Okay. Wow. I didn't realize that. Of course, there were so many people online. There was like 16 people. Were they all there just to like, because they knew it was my life? It can't be my life. Don't watch John A's. Oh. Don't watch John A's. Do not. I'm gonna watch it, but I'm gonna mute it on stream.
Might just do that, you know.
Where is he? Oh, he's in the dwarven.
Oh! Foolish was slain, bro. Foolish was slain by OwengeJuice using the netherite
This isn't meant to be muted.
great axe. The treaty had.
This isn't John A.
Bro, he couldn't wait for. You couldn't wait. Minutes, LMAO. Bro.
Oh, Ollie still thinks that the treaty's gonna last until 10.
How many lives the Foolish?
I love how he's still going about.
Should I like go see?
Okay, now I'm going to. I guess they kind of do. Fair enough. All right, now I'm going to mute up. On the stream. Hold on one moment. It's only 17 seconds. What could he say in 17 seconds?
When I was 12. Wow. Oh! Foolish was slain by OwengeJuice. Oh! Oh! Wild Star. I can't do that. Sorry, I can't do that. Oh.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, fair enough. You're way out of spawn. Where are you, Watermunch, flying above the clouds? Isn't it fun how Twitter always deeply compresses the first 5 seconds of a Twitter video? Still muted? No, it's not! He's just not saying anything!
Sorry.
It's not still muted!
Sorry.
God, your shaders make everything real cloudy. I think Zam probably had the most appropriate vocal response. And Roz. Not, did I say Roz? I meant Amesy. Sorry, Roz said nothing. Roz was silent.
Bite me.
What am I just the only person to comment on that? There's me. There's Bad. There's Lukey. Yippee! Does anybody have responses to their... Do you guys want to see the letters that I wrote? I'm gonna scrub. I'm gonna scrub people's VODs to try and find it. AIMSy and then we'll talk about the law and you guys can ask questions. So obviously if you've watched my POV, you know how those letters got there. But I'm gonna leave that story to the person who set all of the papers out because they have a very entertaining and fun story to tell over the course of setting them out. I also kind of just want to react to Andy too.
Hello?
Well, it wasn't in here where punishment was being given to OwengeJuice for breaching the treaty, and this might be a reminder. What?
Wait,
Wait.
he's off the tab list.
Oh, he's,
Oh,
yeah,
he's
not on tab.
sad. I didn't mean to make him sad.
Where did it happen?
I don't know. I've been looking everywhere. I literally can't find
I
anyone.
don't think that's
Did
crazy.
it happen at his
It wasn't here.
Thank you for
It
the
wasn't
26
his,
months.
house?
It wasn't at Owen's house. You mean the tent?
Tent.
And I've looked for
That was
any
funny.
holes. There's nothing.
It wasn't downstairs either. Dude.
2 more hours?
He's sad.
Oh.
This is crazy parallels to what Jester Owen would have done. He would have spent
I
his
don't know
whole...
what happened to you, but I'll figure it out.
Oh.
You fool.
He was. He was. She said the thing! Did you see the lamps? Sneak and Zam went in
What's
their
that?
search? No. Oh, oh, yeah.
Oh,
No, not that one.
wait.
No, don't read that one.
What the?
AIMSy,
Yeah,
yours
there's
is over
books.
here.
Yeah.
What is it? Where is it?
This one, I think?
Jonay.
What are these
Wait, what,
books?
what
Wait,
are
what?
these?
Donate.
I don't know.
Oh,
Ross.
read it out loud.
Wait, what?
Hi.
That's a cool observatory. Whose observatory is that? Is that Bex's?
AIMSy, you're the furthest thing from a peasant this land holds, and your points from that day on the steps stand firm and true. Had you been aware you were preaching to a mosque, perhaps we might have been friends. But I couldn't let you know how strongly I agreed with you, lest the show
Louise
be
built it. Ooh.
compromised. I'm sorry you deserved better also.
I didn't know whether to put, I'm sorry you deserved better than her. But that felt like too much. I wanted, I didn't know where TR AIMSy was of TR Roz at that moment. And I didn't know where she would be in the moment that she read it. So I was like, I kind of want TR AIMSy to be like, dang, maybe TR Owen wasn't that bad. And I think if I'd said you deserve better than her, she might have been like, it could be taken the wrong way, exactly. So you deserve better in general. Here's an ointment. Instructions.
I say this because no one else has yet for some reason, and I can't mention your injection stinks. Please treat it stand accordingly or wear cologne, whichever you prefer.
Okay, cool. Have their...
Can't believe that crazy bastard did it.
I need to make that edit with the... I saw somebody make that edit of the... He did it. I did it. For Megamind. I need to do that, but like with the actual clip from the movie.
He killed the king.
I did. That was me. I did it. Leniency.
We're just
Okay.
gonna let him be alive for a second.
Classic nerfs. It was crazy how quick Yellow were to be like, get him out of here, get him out of here, get him out of here. And I'm like, can I just tell my story? And they're like, get out of here, ban him now, get him out of here. Don't let him monologue.
No?
No monologuing for him. Get him out of here immediately.
I'm glad Owen's back.
Phil, no! Phil, no! You can't say that! Does he not know? Guy who doesn't know. What was the lead up to that? It was just cold.
I'm glad Owen's back.
I mean,
And he's killing the king. It's very funny.
not for long.
What do you mean? What's happening? Did I miss something?
Guy who doesn't know.
Are you gonna
He just doesn't care. No, he doesn't. He very clearly doesn't know.
kill him?
No.
Are people coming to kill him?
I don't know. He's gonna die regardless, so what do I care?
Why? I'm out of the loop.
And he most powerful was a
What do you mean? He killed Foolish. You reset him. What do you mean out of the loop? You were just, it just happened.
That's his sense of humor. What do you mean? He canonically and in real life doesn't know and isn't aware of the peace treaty.
I know, but like, who's gonna kill him?
See, he doesn't know. Interesting characters we got in terms of their feelings towards Foolish. Like, they both started out disliking the king and the kingdom, but in the beginning, TR Owen gave Foolish a chance to prove him wrong. It's interesting, however, that time just got more upset and jaded the more chances he gave him. But TRMZ actually ended up being friends with Foolish. It's interesting how their exposure to the king led them in different directions. Yeah.
Who do you think?
I don't know. He broke the treaty, dude.
There was a treaty?
What the on your
There you go.
screen, you dumbass?
It's bugged! It's bugged!
What do you think it's for?
It's bugged! I don't know! I just thought some lore or some I'm just not a part of. I
There's
have no
basically
idea.
supposed to be a 3-day treaty to not kill anybody or you get fully reset.
Oh, rest in peace, Owen, then.
There you go. Does he not
I
go
didn't know
to
that was
spawn?
like a keeper thing. I thought that was just like, oh, we're just going to put this up because players agreed to something. And I was like, I have no idea.
How did he just do...
I didn't know that was like a keeper
I thought he just got rid of like 17 stacks of dirt.
thing. I thought that was just like, oh, we're just going to put this up because players agreed to
He's double
something.
clicks,
And I,
never
was like, I have no idea.
Or
Oh, he does.
Hello?
It's really interesting. I mean, I don't know what to think about it. This gimmick where TR Sneak will just kind of float nearby and not ever say anything. I don't know how to feel about it. Because like on one hand, it's kind of creepy. And on the other hand, it's like, what I can't, how do I, he tries to avoid spawn to avoid law. Who feels it? Yeah. It's rather ominous. He's the rook. He's just sort of like, hold on. In true classic rook fashion, just. He's just standing there on the other side of the board menacingly. Never give him an open file. Dude would just.
Hello?
It's sort of like aura farming, but it does make it quite difficult for me to talk to him from character to character.
Hello?
Hello?
What?
Do you know what bad is? Or,
What the hell
or
happened?
Anyone else?
Well, yeah, he's not on.
Wasn't he?
It was.
It's not yet.
What's the?
Oh.
For each person, I think.
Oh God.
wait, what the hell?
There's books for everyone. To Stolus.
To Tubbo.
Stoltus.
The
The
film?
Filza?
There's one for Amesy down the road.
Just
Yeah.
Stula.
What?
He doesn't crack a smile.
Any of you guys familiar with this Stulas guy? That's the first time I'm hearing that
Stulus?
name.
Of course.
I guess I'll go bring that to him.
It means fool in Latin. There, I said it. Okay, anyway.
Where's the two Saikuno book?
There's a book for Stoltus, yeah.
This is like Uno book.
Probably logged in for a second
We know. Good. I'm glad.
and left. Just kidding. This one's yours. Wait, no, it's Johnny.
Oh, even he got them mixed up, chap. Maybe you can be forgiven.
I thought Johnny was here. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's for Amesy.
I really respect him not reading any that
Slow,
aren't
all the way
his.
down here. I wish
That
I could like
Filza's.
see it without break.
Yeah.
This one's Ross's.
He doesn't read Roz's either.
Wait,
AMZ, yours is
Yeah,
over
there's
here.
books. Yeah.
what is it? Where is it?
This one I think.
How would there
Yeah.
be a reaction for Stoltus? I truly just expected people to open and read all of them.
What are these
Wait,
books?
This one.
Wait,
what
what?
are these?
Bro mixed fool in English and fool in Latin makes
I don't know.
stultus.
Ross, this was your book.
Oh, does Ross read it?
Oh, me?
Yeah, there's books
Oh,
laid
thank
across
you.
the main path for some reason.
Water munch.
Is it?
Ugh, I actually.
That ugh is so real. Ugh.
Yeah, they're all over.
Is this him?
Yeah.
Who is Stultus?
Man, they're really hung up on Stultus.
Who is Stultus?
Should we say it to all of Yellow? We'll find out.
I think.
Oh, wait, Prince Sam is reading his.
Yeah.
Who is Stultus?
Oh.
Who is Stultus?
Wait,
Oh.
I think. No, I don't know.
Okay.
That's going through
Okay.
it.
Oh, okay.
What?
I mean, fair play to Prince Sam. He really vocalizes his thought process. I mean, that it's good. When he saw that the king was dying, it was just what, and now it's turns next page. Oh, turns the next page. Oh god. Oh no. Bro went for his wig. Yeah, he had to.
My book is not very kind.
Yeah.
What
I
are
can't-
all of these? Are these all
These are to.
books to different people?
I guess so.
Yeah, they are. Final messages.
Sneak, I found yours.
Where was
Fine.
it?
Lukey.
Ah,
It's right here.
I didn't write one for Jarapchu,
Crow.
Oh my god.
but I haven't known him very long.
But I.
Most of the time I known him was okay. Lock in.
That boy.
What's yours
Halo.
say?
Does he laugh? Please tell me he laughs. Okay, we're good.
Hannah? Or even Hannah? Rofang.
Yeah. Bang
Damn.
these.
Okay, cool.
It's just roasting
What'd yours
everybody.
say?
Okay, cool. I thought it would be a really negative reaction, but he takes it quite well.
Yeah.
Here's-
Here.
Oh, he
read mine.
reacts to.
Bill's is actually nice.
This feels nice to me.
Damn.
Yeah.
Snatched your wig.
That's mean.
Oh, Zach. That was mean. He's mean. Like it's past the point of bitterness and like revenge. It was just, come on, man.
That's mean.
So this is Owens.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh man.
well.
Damn.
They're just reeling. Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
I'm glad he got the last laugh, I guess.
Not really. I mean, he killed somebody who's been reset before, so really, like, what does it matter?
That's copium, and you know it.
I guess.
He's just gonna come back. So
Yeah.
Nah, you don't get it. You don't get it.
So it was for nothing.
I think that book
you
made
know,
my day. I'm
whatever
really
personal
glad.
gain he needed from it.
There you go. Yeah, and you do get it.
Okay.
And that's why we made 7 copies. That's why the original is safe and sound in an ender chest that doesn't belong to me.
Damn.
He's still really upset. He's not doing well.
Bro finally did what he wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
That's better.
Tricking people this whole time, and I've been calling him out this whole time, and nobody's cared. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm glad I killed him while I had the chance. Damn.
You killed Foolish, who's a god. Foolish is not a god. Let's just clear that up real quick. Absolutely not a god in any way. Immortal, a king, but not a deity. Foolish is my god. Oh yeah, sorry. TR Foolish is not a god. Foolish, he's holy. Oh,
Why do I hear?
What's that?
What the? Did I not hear someone?
I wish I. If I was a little more switched on, I would have emptied all of my chests and just put like just mocking messages in the middle of every chest, like a little signed book being like, "Not here. Look elsewhere. Your king is in another castle." Just stuff like that.
Why do I hear water?
But alas, why do you hear water? Why do you hear water? Why have I got... Are you looking for a secret base? No, I don't have time for that.
What
Oh.
do you mean?
Oh, thanks for putting it back.
What do you mean, chat?
Would have been brilliant. There's a lot I could have done. It's 3:06:25. Oh, thanks. Dang, you found it. That's reflecting on the thing.
Hi. Yeah, no, I wanted to ask you. I know you're in green, and I'm guessing, you know, like Owen's also in green. Did you know about any of this stuff that's happening, and him killing?
I do want
Foolish?
CPK's reaction. I'll get to it in a sec.
Like not even a little bit. Nothing.
I mean, I've heard him talk that he didn't like Foolish.
Okay.
Like from the day he joined, but I
Okay.
was not. No.
Did Pangy lie?
No, I'm grabbing my shorts. I can't
Okay.
lie.
Do you think
Did-
that
did he-
Lukey knows
did
anything?
Foolish say anything?
No.
You could ask.
Oh, Pangy.
No, no.
But I'm pretty certain I've heard that Roz finds
No,
out.
no,
I'm pretty certain that everybody finds out. I think I saw they didn't say I couldn't sing it. Bad told Amesy, and Amesy sang it to everybody. So everybody knows. Please watch Amesy's clip. I have seen it. Damn and
Tell me
Sneak
anything.
figured it out before that
Is
too.
there-
Fair. Because someone could sing. Just gonna say that absolutely doesn't hold up in the court of gentlemen's rules. They didn't say I couldn't sing it. If I was bad, Amesy would be dead. But I'm not strong enough to be bad. So
like
we all agreed to secrecy and
do you know
committing
what
to the
green
lie.
look like?
From what I've seen, bad didn't. Oh, Lukey, you should be VIP. Hold on. Truth is a secret lasted minutes. Yeah.
Isn't anything gonna?
I hope
happen?
that TR aims. I hope that creator Amesy and creator Bad keep that narrative and like string that out over a week or so.
I want to meet with Bad in a bit. Because I want to.
Zam using a pie chart
Did you
just
see it
wasn't
happen?
right. Was Zam using like E-raying? That's actually kind of clever. No, I don't even really hate that. That's cool. If you're using a pie chart to figure out where entities are while you're flying around, fair play.
No.
Okay.
No, I was talking with Zam. Then I left to do my
How so? Well, I hope that there's some repercussions for Amesy telling everybody. That would be cool.
shorts and then.
To find Bad space.
Okay.
It's cool. That's a cool
Thank you
idea.
then.
He does that for lifesteal.
No,
Nice.
it's fine.
It's in the game. If they didn't want it to be in the game, /game rule do reduced but debug information true.
Then it-
There's another one over here.
That's okay.
It's a Philza right here.
Thank
Oh.
you anyway, Pangy. Good
Okay.
luck with your grinding. Okay.
Thank you. I'll see you later.
See if Zam's okay, because
It's really interesting to see, like,
you're grinding.
even though we can clearly see there's a book there, Roz, despite not knowing about the books yet, is so, like, in their own head about what's happening. It's just really interesting to see, like, visual information versus mental information that's being processed.
I'll see you later.
Because Roz walks over, like, 5 books and doesn't stop to think, why is there a bunch of books? I've got a plan in mind. We'll see. I'm very excited. She also just got revived today. Yeah. Like, look at all this. I would be like, what's going on here? But Roz is so, like, in her own head about what's happening that she isn't going to do that. And fair enough.
Let's go see if Tina's okay. No, let's see if Zam's okay, because he's...
CBK did the same thing until he knew there were books. Interesting.
Hello, did you...
Oh, wait. Maybe she already does know about... Oh, no, never mind. She might already know about the books. I'm stupid. She already knows about the books by now.
Anything.
You said it was 306?
Yeah, he's got books of everybody insulting most of us.
But
Yeah.
yours bad as well.
Yeah, mine was really bad.
Yeah, which like I could see if he wants to roast me because
Can I-
I've been calling him out since the start.
Could I read you guys mine?
Please do.
'Cause I
If you want.
feel like it could relate.
Okay.
So he said, Roscumber, truly none of this would have been possible without you. Thank you so much. You played your part so wonderfully. I hope my revealing of your true nature doesn't compromise your goals. Till next time, friend.
I liked the XOXO. I thought it was like overly familiar in a sort of sick way.
What is that
What does that
supposed to
mean?
mean? Yeah. Do you think that could
What
be related?
Feeling of your true nature.
That I feel like I feel like he hasn't revealed anything of my true nature.
She's right.
So, like, what do you mean true nature? Full stop. But, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know.
strange.
He basically called me useless.
Well, it's kind of rich coming from him.
He said
I killed your
mom.
mom! What do you mean?
Having no impact, but
That's crazy.
I mean, whatever,
Yeah.
bro.
I thought she was gonna say it's kind of true. That would have been crazy.
Mine didn't really change anything. He just said like. me
It's not
killing him
meant-
during the event.
Oh, you guys don't get it. It's not meant to change anything. What do you mean? Did you think I was gonna write something in a book that was gonna change the fabric of the server itself? Just to make you feel bad, which it did.
It's the final reason to kill Foolish, but I mean he was already gonna do it anyway. So it won't change anything,
Clearly
so,
not. Yeah.
Yeah. Glad I got one in beforehand then.
Oh,
But yeah, I don't
it's
know.
not fair RP. I wouldn't go that far, but it's certainly
I wanna do
undermining.
something about this because I feel like I don't know. Ever since I've gotten here, I feel like it's just been yellow people dying over and over and over.
I'm so fine. I'm so
I
normal.
think that's how it's
Yeah.
always been.
Oh, it's always been like that. Yeah.
honest.
How it's always been.
Yeah, it's always been that like that.
If you do anything, it's like a war crime. to
Yeah,
speak of
yeah,
it.
it sucks, doesn't it? It sucks how much yellow gets beat down by everybody. God, it really. Oh, oh.
Yeah.
I barely touched Lukey,
Yeah,
and they talk
just
about
not allowed to-
assassination attempts.
Yeah.
You no. Just to clarify, I barely touched Lucky. You did it. No, you did. That's true. Actually, you did hit him, but you
I barely touched him.
assassination attempts because you meant to kill him.
As well.
Yeah, it feels like we're
Yep.
not allowed to retaliate, so I'd like
Yep.
All you do is retaliate.
I'd like to retaliate.
I
when
think we
get the
should.
chance.
I think we should
I want you to. Don't get me wrong.
Go.
I'm sorry. Prince Sam being like, all it seems to have been is yellow people getting killed. You killed me 4 days ago. What do you mean?
for it.
Yeah.
I mean, you
2 hours.
You said
2 hours,
bad.
yeah.
I was on top
You
of that.
said
That's crazy.
Bad's contributed to deaths too, right? I'm guessing.
What do you mean yellow's lack of retaliating? All they've done is retaliate. It's been nothing but retaliation from the very beginning, in the same way that green's retaliated. The difference is that we don't say that we're not doing anything.
Green.
Plenty.
Plenty, yeah.
Yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He murdered me. God, it's not even
Yours
retaliated.
multiple times actually. When Pilly was the original, like the first Pilly,
Mm-hmm.
they harassed and killed you pretty much constantly.
Oh yeah. No, I do remember that.
Yeah.
And that was partially with Bad's like assistance in terms of how to.
Now I'm just watching Law.
I remember Pangy was there, but not bad.
Yep.
Guys, I need to explain
Hey.
something. So
Okay.
I've been told I'm not allowed to.
I've
tell
seen
you
this clip.
something,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Why?
By who?
But
Okay. I just want to go see Callum's. I just want to go see Callum reading the book. And loads of people have books. You're just going to have to keep watching The Realm if you want to see all of the different books.
to be true.
To CBK, buy it from Owen's Juice. CBK, I'd be so real. You're just kind of vibing. You're really the least problematic person I can name. Good job. Yes. Valid. Guys, I'm just a viber.
I literally had nothing. I was trying to be like, do I want to be nice or mean to CPK? And I was like, CPK is literally out my eye. Oh my God. Ugh. I was like, CPK has literally never wronged me. Like, and even like when I was like, does anybody have some wither skulls that I could borrow? He was like, yeah, just go and take them. Yeah, you're good. Yeah. Okay, so you're going to get the deep dive of the Jester from beginning to end. Well, not all of it, but certainly a large amount of it. Yeah, the constituted ballerina is definitely his theme, even though the words don't really relate to him, but never mind. The Jester is not immortal. The rules of the realm are that when you die, you come back, but you come back a little bit different. Sometimes a lot different. The Jester is not immortal. He ages at a regular rate, but he is called upon to entertain over extended periods of time. Monarchies take a very long time to form. You start with a village, turns into a town, turns into a maybe like a small city, and at that point, you go from like mayor to some kind of king. That's not literally what happens, but you get the idea. So he ages as a regular concept. So if we're taking age from when he's born, a couple of 100 years, 500 plus. If we're taking from how long he's actually like lived and breathed, less. He started off as a regular jester in the city of Swordsborth, Kingdom of Swordsborth. And from there, he experienced and was subjected to a corrupt monarch's punishments, strapped to a board and knives thrown at him kind of vibe, forced to dance on hot coals kind of vibe. And he got to experience what true corruption, not the infection kind, was like, until one day he went crazy and killed the entire royal court. Just everybody. It's exclusively monarchies. It's exclusively monarchies. And exclusively kings. He's never killed a queen before. That's not out of some kind of like progression or progressive thinking or anything. He's just never encountered a queen before and still hasn't. Yes, the promo art is from that king. That's Swordsborth's hand in the thing. Let me go back. Get on that. We need a queen. I just don't think that we could have had two monarchs happening at the same time. We've got so many princesses. Maybe one of them will become the queen. Here we go. This is the first thing I made for the realm. You've seen it 100 times before, but rewatch it with that's somebody's head. That's like a crooked nose. And he used like everything in so that's not. Oh, that's what I assumed it was. I thought it was like a messed up face. I just like saw a body. Is it hair? I just like, well, so okay, why don't you say what it is rather than putting one-word messages in chat? It's hair. Okay, cool. That's interesting because you could kind of see like a punched in face here. That's what I was going for. That's what I saw. My monkey brain just was like, yeah, that's like, I did think it was a very far shy away from your usual style. I did not see a face at all. That's okay, Dior.
Wow. A buffoon. A balatron.
Monkey brain. There's another body to the side. You can't really see it.
Indeed.
That's not... It took people a while to realize that he's not drinking from the cup there. Like, that's a different hand. He's holding a wrist with the cup. I thought his tongue was stuck out. Oh, what? Of the cup. That's crazy. No, it's wine. That he picked up this axe from the wall. He used a lot of different things to kill people. You'll notice that there's like thrown tomatoes and stuff out of his mouth. His mouth? Where is his? Where would the tongue be? What? Anyway, Yes, so there you go. That's what happened. He then got to meet. Okay, now this is where what I say needs to be taken with a pinch of salt, because I went to the law keepers, the law admins of the realm, and was like, "This is the kind of vibe I've got," and they were like, "He can't be immortal," and I was like, "That's fine." And we kind of fleshed out the boundaries of what was and wasn't allowed. From now on, assume that everything I'm saying is like headcanon, but from what I understand, with the law that I ingested while I was on the server, the realm is like a pocket of space in which other characters are being pulled into, and when they try and loop to get out, they get sent back around. When they try and die to get out, they get sent back around. So yes, Foolish is immortal, but technically everybody is, because everybody's always coming back. And that's because the characters and the creators even didn't want to give up their stories. Fair enough. One might argue that you wouldn't have to worry about that if people weren't so trigger happy, but also being trigger happy adds content. It's a fine balancing act. I personally come from a background in story writing where a death is one of the most important things that an SMP can have. And so it happening even within the first like 3 months was a crazy concept. The flippancy in which I was killed it really took me aback. I was like, dang, because I got reset at one point. And I didn't want to just like lose my character that I'd been working on. So I was like, I'm just going to headcanon right now that when people die, they come back, but sometimes they're a little bit skewy. But the Jester did not know Foolish is like that, like from all the... What? But the Jester did not know Foolish is like from all the realms on time. I'm going to assume that you're saying the Jester didn't know that Foolish was immortal. Yeah. He didn't know he was immortal. I was fishing for a little bit at the end for him to tell me, because he sort of had a like idea. He had like a suspicion, because why does the king keep getting reset and yet come back totally unharmed? One might be able to argue that Bad and Foolish are like exempt from the whole your personality gets a little bit skewy. Everybody else, as far as I'm aware, has come back a little bit skewy. Did Tiana Owen know? No, he didn't know that he was immortal. I missed some of the stream you may have said. Was Jester Owen inspired by that lady Jester fool? I mean, he's inspired by all Jesters. How did the Jester come back different? I think he lost a lot of his whimsy, which I know is a really timid change, but will the book about Roz betraying Green come back into the story? Or was that just for Foolish? Who can say? Who can say? I'm not going to be logging on anymore. Let me see if I can find... I'm going to tell you guys the book I wrote for Stultus. Because I don't know if it's even out there anymore. Oh, that one was off the cuff. I didn't write that anywhere. Okay, you know the first book? Saw the book, totally going to use it. Sick. It's currently in my inventory, so I need to log on and drop it at some point. Do you think you'll ever come back to the realm? Maybe in season 2? Maybe. It's a very hesitant maybe. There would need to be a lot of things different. How does the Jester know the names of certain realm keepers? Okay, so he doesn't know the Asmodeus and like Dylan and Richard. That was a complete bit. He doesn't know any of them. I just thought it would be funny if he pretended that he was buddy-buddy with the realm keepers. He does know Stultus more personally, but he does not know him by the name of Stultus. But I don't know that yet. Oh, wait, which book? The one of me working with Green? Oh, that one. Yeah, that one is out there. That one will be out there soon. But the one about Roz, that will also probably be out there sometime soon as well. Those are the two blood contracts that were signed while I was a character. He knows Stultus, but not by the name Stultus. That is the like deity or some kind of evil corruption or some kind of outer worldly force. I'm keeping it vague on purpose so that no matter what happens with the realm, it can kind of fit in. But basically, after his killing of Swordsborth, he was presented an opportunity to do it again with other other monarchs. And he agreed. And so he is put sort of into stasis until he is ready to perform. And then he gets brought back out again. Which the first page of Stultus' book is, Dear Stultus, Do not bring me back, not this time. And there's other pages after it. He's basically like, I'm done. I don't want to be brought back until whatever's happening with this weird place is fixed. So we'll see what happens. Did you expect to have such a rivalry with Roz? I love the original trio. So did I. Okay, there is an element of story, right? Okay. Oh gosh, there's so much I want to talk about. Story writing podcast happening now. Okay. Oh, 3 o'clock. Okay. A little Schrodinger's cat up under his box, if you will. Yeah, like a Jack in the Box. Didn't mean for that to happen. That's really cool. I like that analogy. Okay, so story writing. Villains can be powerful in one of 2 ways. You can have a villain which is a threat to your physical life. An example of this would be Thanos. Any murderer from any crime series. See Owen. Yeah. Bad boy Halo. Oh, well, actually, we'll see. These are people who are significantly stronger than the protagonist physically. If put in a room, the danger that they pose to the protagonist is that they will kill them. That's pretty straightforward. And then you have psychological threats in media. And this is media. What are you doing with those cards? I'm just shuffling. It's just a stim toy. Then you have psychological villains. That would be, I'm not going to give any concrete examples, but let's say you've got a TV show about, there's a TV show about a lawyer, and he's like pretending to be a lawyer, but he's like not very good, or like he's really good, but he didn't pass the bar exam or something. Suits, potentially Suits. No, Moriarty will kill you. That's not okay. Suits. So at one point, somebody comes up to somebody and goes like, I know you didn't pass the bar, and I'm going to reveal that. That character is now a villain to our protagonist. It doesn't matter about morals. It matters about the morals of the protagonist themselves. And they pose a threat in some capacity psychologically. It could be blackmail. It could be threats or general like losing sleep or anxiety or whatever. That's just blackmail. Yeah, a lot of the time it will be a psychological villain will be somebody who has blackmail. Obviously the Jester was not going to be a villain that possessed any kind of physical danger to anybody because he wasn't very strong. So I had to play him with the intention in mind of being a psychological villain. He is manipulative. He's double-crossing. He plays people. He sees the game as like an analytical game of chess that he can win. The issue is, and I wrote a whole PDF about this and then lost it. For there to be villain, there has to be conflict. And for there to be conflict, there has to be some kind of character flaw. And the most common character flaw in any media ever, you can literally apply it like 90% of the time, the most conflict from any series is the flaw of the character is that they don't communicate. So the best example I can give is this happens within the first like half an hour of Arcane, so spoilers technically, but also not really. I'm going to keep it vague on purpose. The characters, I think I've already said this before at some point, but I'm going to say it again anyway. The characters in Arcane, at one point, one of them overhears another one being like, what do you want me to tell her? That she's a waste of space? That she's gonna like ruin everything? That she shouldn't be allowed to like come on the missions with us? And the character who overhears this comes in at, I hate the trope. I know. It's a very overplayed trope, but it's important. It's important. Listen, the character comes in and overhears just the ending. So all they hear is their beloved friend going, she's a waste of space. She's not good for anything. We shouldn't take her on the missions of her. And then she runs away. And then the other character goes, of course I'm not going to say that because I love her. And of course, she only heard the one bit that makes it. It's like the most common hook for anything. None of Arcane would have happened if one of the characters had gone to the other one and said, hi, I heard you saying that you were thinking that I was a waste of space. And they go, no, I didn't say that. You've got it completely wrong. I know that we don't like that happening. No, sorry. I know that we want that to happen. That's what we want the characters to do. But if that happens, we don't get the series. The conflict doesn't happen. None of Arcane, literally, the whole of it, the whole thing with episode 3, none of it would have happened. And so there has to be a character that has flaws. And if I were to say one thing that was broadcasted to the whole of the cast, and I don't say it in a patronizing way, is you've got to stop communicating so clearly everything that happens on the realm, because it is undermining the threat and the conflict of everything else that is going on. So I go to person A and I go, you're a waste of space. And you know what? Even more so, I heard that XYZ, your best friend, said that you were a waste of space. And I can prove it. Here's a book that says it, right? I say that. In a normal TV series, the friend would go, I can't believe it. This book is... And then they'd run off. And then they would be like really cold to their best friend. And then their best friend would be like, why are you being so rude to me? And the best friend would be like, oh, you want to talk. And then they'd have a big blowout argument. And then the conflict would continue from that moment, that seed. Unfortunately, on the realm, that wouldn't happen. They'd go, oh, okay, thanks for telling me. And then they'd walk off. And then the person would go with their elytra, open the map, find out where they are. Did you say that you hated me? No, I didn't. Oh, okay. Good. Done. And one of the reasons why I stopped playing on the realm so much is because every single time, without failure, I would set up a plot hook that I'd be like, oh, I really hope that this creator enjoys like chewing on this bit of content and I get to be like a little guy and ooh. And then it would just be immediately broadcasted to the people that needed to hear it, and then it would be completely resolved. Obviously, and I don't name names to like to cause any fights or anything. I respect all of these people very much. The biggest example of this is Roz being kicked, choosing to leave the yellow faction. That arc should have lasted about a month. If we're talking about it from where I'd like written it in my head, the next day logging on and being confronted by Clown and Sneak and Roz and then being like, a month maybe might be too long, maybe 2 weeks. I'm exaggerating. I'm being hyperbolic for dramatic effect. Was it that they don't do it for the world building? Okay, we'll get to that in a second. So they go, we've heard bad things about you because you've been communicating, and we've decided that you are wronging, and we've decided to kill you, and we've decided that you're not going to do whatever sneaky things you're up to. There's a lot to unpack there. Firstly, why were you communicating so transparently if we want there to be conflict? Secondly, how were you able to surmise? Is that a word? Abduct that I was a baddie from that interaction. Thirdly, why didn't I get a say in any of this? That's the biggest thing. Why was this not cleared with me? As a creator, I absolutely should have received a DM being like, we're thinking of ousting you from the kingdom. How do you feel about that? That was a shame. One conversation in 24 hours later to an exile, the fastest exile arc. Bam, 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 get him out of here, he's done. So then I had to sit down and be like, whoa, okay. We're tackling this. This is not your usual SMP. This is very, very different. How am I going to do this? I'm going to go to every single content creator before I do anything, and I'm going to clear it with them first. So I just spoil the magic a little bit here, but a lot of the greatest moments, my greatest manipulations, was me double checking that the content creator was okay with it first, because I had been demonstrated that I couldn't leave it up to chance. Did you expect TR Foolish to give you the spy element? The spy element from Foolish, a lot of people, I said this on stream yesterday. A lot of people think that Foolish is playing a character who is able to pull strings, able to please people. Like, he's a very people-pleasing centric king. He doesn't want the Jester to be upset about being kicked from the kingdom. That's Foolish the creator. That's him being a nice guy and recognizing that, hey, Owen's clearly doing something here. If I kick him from the kingdom with this overwhelming evidence of him being a bad guy, I'm going to ruin his POV. And so he goes, I've come up with a different idea. And you'll see how overjoyed I am with it, because I literally, as he says, you can be a spy. I'm like, okay, we're fine. The whole arc of TR Owen was get Foolish in a room alone, have a way to kill him. Originally, that was just going to be dripstone. It was going to be a trap. Big ceiling, take a step back into a little like nook and cranny with like a trapdoor over me, flick a lever, ceiling disappears, a bunch of dripstone in levels getting, and then he dies and I take it. But Green were kind enough to allow me to kind of weave this narrative where they were included in it. And so eventually the like thing was, you can either die to me or you can die to them. How that was the first Yowie of the server, are we? Oh, like your show that you showed Beck? Yeah, the show that I was originally building a theater, the Globe Theater from London, and that was where the king was going to die. But I quickly realized after my exile that, and I'll tell you what clued me off even more, I was going to set up some kind of dripstone trap or TNT trap. We saw the Clown Pierce versus Pilly fight, and we saw how meticulously everybody searched the area for traps. And after that happened, when I was like sat there, I was like, I don't know if I can do this, because these creators, these cast members, these characters are so paranoid that they'll happily uproot anything and try and like dig around, and they would 100% find a building. Like, why does Foolish's seat have a suspiciously tall tower above it? No reason. Don't check, please. It will ruin my story. The TNT minecart bluff is so much better because of that. Oh yeah, I had to be like, there's TNT minecarts. There wasn't. Prince Sam is in the castle. He wasn't. So what's his name was a psychological, the Jester was a psychological a villain. And unfortunately, he wasn't quite able to.
Is the epitome.
Oh my gosh, why did I think I accidentally pressed the space bar. I was like, what? Bro, if you built that Fear 10 killed Foolish there, how fast Yellow would just bust through the walls? Yeah. The spy angle was the perfect excuse for me to get him away. That was so goofy. That was silly. So thank you, Foolish, for letting me be your spy. Much appreciated. What? The second thing was that he was a psychological villain that was really hated, perhaps more so than he should have been, because everything he did was like, he basically had no breathing room. Let's quickly just go over the things that the Jester did wrong that we can concretely prove. Okay, let's put aside he's definitely evil and he's definitely planning on killing the king. Because we are humans outside of the story, we can see that's the case and be like, yeah, that's what's happening. Let's pretend that we don't know that's happening, because that's what acting is. And then we look at what we've got. He was mean to Roz twice. He said that everybody was peasants for a king that he no longer serves. He killed Crow in the name of the king, which he did because he was trying to see whether the king would care, and the king didn't. That was it. He killed nobody else, except I'm pretty certain my kill count is 1. So I think the amount of hate that he was receiving was disproportionate. I'll tell you who did have Jester's privilege. Becumon. Oh, he did kill Tommy. That's true. That was just because I had no idea how to work my way out of that little improv session. That was horrible. I was so put on the spot. Becumon's character has full Jester privilege because she writes the papers and is very messy and no one actually cares. She's done a very good job at orchestrating a character where she can say whatever she wants and people don't mind. That's kind of what I was trying to do with the Jester. But people got, I guess, too invested or whatever. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know what it was that made him so hated. Her books are so good. I'm very glad she can get away with it. The spy idea was quite genius because at that point, not punishing Tiaran would ruin the trust Tia Foolish had with the other kingdom members. Yes, he needed to punish me in some way. Well, can we take a second to appreciate how insane it would have been if he had been like, what say you, Jester? And Jester had gone, just a lark, sire. And he'd gone, guys, it's just a lark. Like, oh. They would have been so mad. It would have made this really interesting, like, dichotomy of their pledge to the king, but they also kind of hate him. Maybe they would have left. That was what I was getting at. Here's the thing. If I'm speaking in character, the steps that TR Owen was trying to achieve was isolate everybody from the king or isolate everybody from the king and him. That doesn't mean that he needs to be in the faction to do it. He can do that outside. He can do that as part of Green. But the original intention was get rid of Roz. Everybody find out that Roz is gone. They get really mad. They find out that the king doesn't care because he's just jesting. Roz is like, I'm not going to stick around if you keep the Jester. The Jester's like, I'm not leaving. The king goes, I don't know what you want me to do, Roz. He's not leaving, and I'm not going to kick him out because all he said was he's not going to stop you from leaving if you want to. Roz doesn't stay. The rest of the party or the faction are like, are you kidding me? No way. Over a long period of time, they get more alienated from the king, and then eventually it's just the king and the Jester, and the Jester kills him. It would have like given the Jesters like a taste of how the king views the foolish, because how flippantly a king disregards his Jester is such a good example of a disregarding foolish. Yeah, like it would have been nice for him to not have been kicked from the kingdom, but also it would have been a bit of an insult to be like, how dare you undermine me? Like, how dare you not take me seriously, sire? Because I'm the Jester, you don't think I pose a threat? Like, it's almost like a double-edged sword. I think the harsh hatred for the Jester was because you were attacking Roz with words. It was really nice to everyone, and everyone saw you in a really bad way because of it. Yes. I could talk about individual characters, which I won't. What I will say is, I don't see how yellow are the good guys. I don't see how the green are the good guys, but I definitely don't see how yellow are the good guys. So, you know, interesting. Like, as a creator, as an audience member, everybody's bad. I'm so real. No, monarchy is good. Okay, so, okay. One last thing. Well, not last thing, because we actually have a fair bit of time. I want to talk about the realm specifically. And if you don't take anything else away from what I've said today, I want you to take this. Hold on. I've said this to a few people. I don't know if I've said it on stream. I probably have. We'll go back to the Jester after this. Why do people care about the realm so much? Let's talk about it from a creative perspective. What is it about it? Firstly, Toby was very wise in allowing a lot of the conflict to stem from within the cast itself. Something that Powell has taken a leaf from his book of is that sometimes it can be more interesting if the conflict is self-contained within the cast and the baddies are not an outwards force pushing in, written by the writers. So Rats SMP 1, obviously the humans, pirates, you know what it is, so I won't say. Rats SMP 2, the humans again. There was a little bit that some of the biggest bits of lore that we got during Rats 2 was when, so look, surprise, surprise, intercast conflict with Toby and Roz being cult leaders and everyone being like, what's going on? And the play being like this big thing because it was like the summation of what the cult had been working for. That's not to say that the law that the admins aren't doing is good, but it isn't what the community are doing a lot of tweeting about, because the community start to be like, you don't see from my point of view, you don't see from my point of view, we're all using the hashtag, we're all engaging in this discussion. It's the admin server is an outwards pressing force to move the story along, otherwise we're just going to be caught in this like war forever. And it is a vehicle to allow people, pirates to humans, rats to humans, maybe humans are just a problem, maybe, impose baddies, sometimes messages, character, storyline. So for our next few projects, we're experimenting with, what if we just let the cast be messy? Let's go back to Outsiders days. Like that structure of just let somebody in the cast decide that they want to be a certified rotter. Hopefully his concern about TR Roz being friends with people from outside the faction causing loyalty problems was well-founded, despite it coming from a place of manipulation. The one part out of everything that sticks in my head is when TR Roz made TR Owen apologize to TR MZ when he was almost killed, and when TR Roz gave TR Owen spyglass to TR AMZ, and instead of pushing to get it back, TR Roz went to get TR Owen a new one. It showed a loyalty at the time. This is true. I want to talk about that real quick. I had a whole monologue planned afterwards, after that apology to AMZ, to go and be like, I am not the least bit sorry. I am going to tear whatever you and Roz have got together apart, stitch by stitch. And I'm not going to do it because it serves me in any way. And I'm not going to do it because I need to. I'm going to do it because it's funny. That was the initial plan with AMZ, but I couldn't, because I couldn't guarantee that it wouldn't come back to bite me. So I ended up binning it. Because then I really liked this idea of me being like arm in arm with Roz, like, and then AMZ's there, and then we're like, oh my gosh, hi. And then like when Roz looks away, I'm like, and then like, you know, that kind of thing. Would have been really funny. Unfortunately, don't think it would have worked out. Okay, so it's not just in a cast conflict though. Because nobody is running by any plot points with anybody on the realm, what you are watching is not a lore server, it's a reality TV show. The realm is reality TV that you guys are tuning in on every single day. And why is that important distinction to make? Because people care about reality TV so much more than they care about actual written shows, because it's real. There is a reason why these cast members are losing sleep over this lore. I've lost sleep over this lore. I hope Roz doesn't mind me bringing up the fact that she's mentioned in her streams. She brings up the lore to her therapist because these are real emotions that we're feeling. And it sucks. It's not healthy. So when the community start getting really toxic, this isn't, you're not talking about our writing, you're talking about how we actually feel. This isn't a bad thing for the realm, but it is something that like we need to have some checks in place every now and again, that we can all leave this story being like, we're all still good, right? There's some people on the realm who I think still hate me. I can't be 100% certain that they don't have some kind of grudge against me for what I've done and said. Things like Love Island, I'm a celebrity, get me out of here, etc., etc. Do better than EastEnders, Casualty, all that jazz, because the emotions that we're seeing are real. They could never make you hate. Ah, thanks, Phil. Can't believe that's the first time you ever said anything in my chat. That's crazy. Yeah, so that's the issue. There's a reason why it's crazy that you feel that you've come along just as I'm saying this. There's a reason why Purgatory from the QSMP was reaching the numbers that it did. Again, what is the running theme here? Because it's conflict, it's cast member against cast member, it's human being against human being, it's not some outward force, and nothing's being run by anybody. and anything that's happening is a detriment to another real person, and it's all very real emotions that we're feeling and getting caught up in the moment. People got really upset in Purgatory, and that's why it was pulling thousands. It's why, and I mean, you could argue that it might also be a statement of reach or popularity, but it's why I don't think Power Creations will ever reach the level that perhaps Outsiders was, because Outsiders was also something that was like very real, and things that were happening weren't really being cleared of people beforehand. They were just sort of happening. But everything that happens in Power Creations, please feel free to go to any of the cast members and ask them, have you ever lost sleep over lore in a Power Creation server? And they'll go, no, of course not, because it's all pre-written. We all know exactly what's going to happen, and we've all consented to have it happen. Plus side is that you don't lose sleep. Downside is that you don't get as interesting of a story, perhaps. What did Hope say? That's why we tried to make a point that we wanted people to be united, but we can't force people to do that. This is true. Yeah, it's a very valid point. And I hope that perhaps it happens, maybe. You're also on either side. You can't be on the side of an outside bad force apart from yay chaos of human connection. There's no objective right and wrong. Yeah. Healthier for content creators, but I mean, you've seen the kind of growth that the realm has facilitated for some of these content creators, and that's incredible. Some of these people were not at the level of viewership that they are now, and I hope that they continue coasting on that because they deserve every single cent of it and more. I hope that they're able to go full time with the audiences they found from the realm. It was an incredible discovery tool. I see a lot of parallels to Outsiders where it's like, okay, we all kind of started at this like 10 to 70 viewer Andy kind of range. And now, I mean, I remember blooming the reunion was pulling in like upwards of 1,000, which for me was insane. I mean, it's insane. It would be insane for me now, which again happened again because it's a real story that people are experiencing in real time. Like, thank you for the 80 bits. It's been a very good tool finding new content creators. I really love seeing people being platformed from it. That was my one and only, like, hey, quick heads up. There's a potential that this could cause some very real lasting harm if we're not constantly telling each other, by the way, I'm still your friend. I was looking at I've gone to learn about Lukey through the realm. Lukey is awesome. Lukey got me back to the realm. Lukey was like, no, you gotta come back. You gotta come back. It's so lovely to discover and rediscover certain content creators for these SMPs. Yeah. So there you go. And what I wanna clarify, if anybody like tweets being like, Owen hates the realm. No, I'm not leaving because I hate it. I'm leaving because I finished my story and I'm like sick. I've got loads of Power Creation stuff coming up. I'm moving in 3 days. There's a lot going on. But yeah, it can feel pretty real sometimes. Yeah, I agree with a lot of this. I've been making a pretty conscious effort of messaging Hangout of other realmers off stream. That's been really helpful, I think. The like Among Us lobbies, the Among Us lobbies and the Repo lobbies, I think are very much needed in order to make sure that people are like still chill. The admins are facilitating as healthy of an environment as they can while all of us are doing this, while we're like at each other's throats. So thank you very much to the lore admins. I hope none of what I've said comes across as in any way demeaning of the project. If anything, I'm only saying it because of how incredible it has been. Rather this than it kind of just putter away into nothingness. Unironically, I think there needs to be non-canon beach episodes. That's why we do those. That's why we did one in Outsiders, because it's really important for the cast. It's kind of like a team bonding experience, right? Like I see the cast, I see an SMP as a company and the cast as the employees and the writers as the corporate owners. And occasionally you've just got to make sure that like inter-cast relationships are still being upheld. That's in part why we do the April Fool's event. The April Fool's event was one of the best times because it allowed Amesy and I to be incredibly silly goofy with each other and not have to worry about it. Unfortunately, it was sort of at Roz's expense. I think Roz didn't appreciate me being silly goofy with TR Amesy. Sorry, TR Roz didn't appreciate me being goofy with TR Amesy. I think TR Roz had a bit of a crash out that day. But it was a bunch of silliness. You got adopted. It was a lot of fun that day. That was sick. The null bonding time. The non-canon moments are especially important. Cool, blimey. Okay, so Jester lore. you guys know how he killed Course-Fire? I believe I said that Course-Fire was his longest employment. He could have done it a lot sooner, but he didn't for personal reasons. He ended up slitting Course-Fire's throat while he was brushing his hair, which was a regular every other day kind of thing. 8 years, that was it. Yeah. There was not a lot of fighting from Course-Fire when that happened. So it was peaceful. For what it's worth, he continued finishing the job of brushing the hair after. Yeah, Sweeney Todded him. Was it quick? As quick as having a throat sliced can be. Yeah, Jester always finishes the job. What was it? Shamalia, everybody exploded. But I'm not going to go any more into detail about that one. That's all you need to know. What else? Swordsborth, you already know. Killed everybody. Quicksilver, I kind of like leaving open, specifically so people can write their own versions of what happened with Quicksilver. Quicksilver was the oldest king. The longest reigning. How long did you have this lore written down, planned somewhere? How old is this idea? I've loved playing Jester characters, and okay, as long as I've been playing Darkest Dungeon, I have to out myself here. You're never gonna look at me the same again, chat. I made my own twists. It was a yoinkin twist, a classic Ludwig yoinkin twist. Do you, as a CC, know that Theophilus was seeing The Last Interaction as a fun and exciting game at the end? Do I, as a content creator, know that the character... Oh, 100%. Yeah, it was written all over his face, his digital face. He was loving it. And he made that very clear. But I'll go into why... I'll say why it matters now. It doesn't... He doesn't do it. The Jester doesn't do what he does because he's trying to topple kingdoms. He's doing it, and excuse the classic phrase here, to send a message. That it doesn't matter how important you are. It doesn't matter what kind of power or what kind of people you have under you, or your... Thank you, Daddy. Or what kind of forces you have, or how many riches you own. Everybody... oh, God, Marsley, I was just about to say that. I was about to say everybody bleeds. God dang. Everybody bleeds. It doesn't matter if you come back afterwards. Continuing. And also, okay, this is something else I saw. People being like, why did the Jester not just call the king over for a private function and kill him there? Because he's a performer. His whole thing is about putting on a show for Stultus. That's the only reason he's allowed to carry on living, is the fact that he is entertaining. Every step of the way was a chapter in the acts that he was writing. I mean, is it an interesting story if he walks in day one, no one's got any armor, Foolish goes, who wants to rule my kingdom? And he just... No, not good. So he positions himself in areas where he'll be able to make the most exciting narrative. Kind of basically what I'm trying to do as a content creator. He's just an extension of that want to put on the best show possible. Question, can I ask if there's lore when you started becoming an executioner? Because you were a Jester in the first kingdom, but when did you start executing people? Just wanted to know, because we bells are souls that you have executed. I'm going to tweak. I am going to get to that. I'll get to that other question in a second. I see it as all of the bells are members of royal courts that have stood against the Jester. Many of them are from Swordsborth. A percentage are after that. Quite a few of them will have been from Jamalia. Even more of them will have been from Quicksilver, and only one of them will have been from Course-Fire. Well, one of them, Luan. Okay, did you know Foolish was going to start a kingdom before the server started? The greatest Hail Mary in my writing career was looking at the cast list, being like, I want to play a Jester, hopefully somebody becomes a king, seeing Foolish's name, and being like, the king of fools. Because, and you'll know this is true of me, what is one Disney movie that I love more than ever? And then at the very end, so I was like, okay, so clearly, King of Fools. And then we made the animatic, Luan and I, like on the day, I think I was getting like the subtitles fixed up with my voiceover like 30 minutes beforehand. And then I introduced myself, as you all know. I was like, oh, hey, I'm the Jester. Ha ha hee hee. If anybody needs some jesting and some larks, you know where to find me. And then just absolutely out of nowhere, Foolish coming in clutch. Does anybody want to be a part of my kingdom? I do! It's a coincidence that the name Foolish and Fools were matching. No, I saw that he was on the cast list and was like, if I can make myself a subordinate for foolish gamers, I can be the Jester to a fool. It's just insanely lucky that he also apparently tries to be a king wherever he goes. He loves being a king. I didn't know that. I wish I did, because I would have had a lot more confidence going in. So imagine then my disgust when there's another Jester who also wants to be a Jester to Foolish. Clown Pierce was my op from the get-go. I was like, I have not weaved this into being for it to be snatched. There can only be one. There can only be one. But it did add a nice little bit of spice to the beginning of it, I feel. Don't bring me back not this time. Was that about not being brought back to be Jester for someone new? Not being brought back to the realm. That's what it was. There's somebody who, by the way, only... That's a physical rival. That's Clown Pierce in a nutshell. Okay, what was I doing before that? Oh yeah, I was showing you this. I did the Ludwig yoink and twist. I think a very big thing making it hard for you to get the Jester's immunity or whatever is Jester's privilege. Is that it's somewhat noticeable that you put effort into things. From the start, you were so devoted to what you stood for, and then so calculated with your words that it was clear that you had another motive. Bexes, however, openly doesn't care apart from the paper. This is a very good point. Very good analysis. Thank you for the 50 bits, Heating Tag. Appreciate it. This is from the game Darkest Dungeon. It's a comic book for the character the Jester. Here he is in a castle, and he's juggling for the king, who clearly is old and greedy. And here's him spitting his food out at the Jester, him yelling at him having knives thrown at him being like, hey, stop. I don't know what's going on here. Is the king, I think he's just scared. And then finally, he loses it, chops off his hand, and off he goes. Was that Putty? Massive inspo. I mean, of course, yeah. 100%. That's like, not enough people know about Darkest Dungeons. Not enough people know about Darkest Dungeons. Not enough people know about the Jester from Darkest Dungeons. Not enough people know about the backstory for the Jester in Darkest Dungeons. And I had to bring it to light. Thinking about it's not copy paste because you made it your own. Thinking about it, you could say the Jester is a fool for Stultus, as the Jester entertains kings. The Jester, in a way, is doing the same. Yes. I believe if you see the second page of the Stultus book, what you will have just said will ring very true. Asked about the mask. Will we ever see his full face? No. Always cooler to not see. The worst thing you can do with a masked character is show their face. Don't. Ruins it immediately. What is the second page? You'll have to go and try and find it from a POV. You guys are going to have to be... Don't look at my art on Twitter. That's just you headcanoning. If I don't commission it, it's not canon. Okay, were there any other questions? Surely by the wiki in the wiki we'll have all of the books, full contents. They better. Spent a long time writing those. Is there anything you would have changed? So much and yet nothing at all. Like, every time something happened, I would have been like, well, that's not how I would have done it. But then I made it work anyway, so who minds? I want more Course Fire lore. the end was him passing the hat to Lukey. It was an homage. It was a gift. He's the reason why he came back. Why not have the hat? Have you talked about Stultus? Yeah. Stultus is some kind of otherworldly being that has also seemed to have come in and corrupted perhaps one of the keepers. I love that, by the way. It's sick that you have it. Holding onto it tight. Good. What do you hope will happen in the future for green? Do I want to say this? Okay. Alternate timeline that I ended up deciding was too main character and too implausible to happen and had too many moving parts. Owen goes to the king after Roz's death. Finds the book of her confession and presents it to him saying, she's a spy. She's working for Green. The group have a meeting in yellow. The king presents the book to people like Sneeg and Zam and Roz. Roz goes, I didn't write this. Sneeg and Zam, in an ideal world, would have been so cool if they'd been like, Roz, I can't believe this. After all this time, this is very clearly your name written here. You've betrayed us. Get out. Foolish is like, escort her off the premises. I don't want her in yellow anymore. They take her away, leaving just Foolish and the Jester. The Jester turns, reveals true plan, kills the king. Sneeg and Zam come back and go, what the heck is happening? Why did you kill the king? Blah, blah, blah. General angerness. If the peace treaty is still happening, then I'm probably going to get banished. Otherwise, they're probably going to kill me until I'm dead. They're going to kill me until I'm dead. Until I'm reset. They kill me, I'm gone. They turn to Roz and go, we're so sorry we didn't believe you. She goes, save it. I've been telling you that Owen is bad. And just because he managed to get this book somehow, suddenly you think that you can just like turn around and be like, I'm sorry. The king is dead. I don't want to be with you guys. Zam and Sneeg turn to each other and go, we don't have the king. We don't have Roz. What do we stand for? The keepers come along and go, what do you guys want to do? And they go, we dissolve yellow. Yellow is removed. Everybody is put onto purple, who is on yellow. That is the end of the war conflict arc. Literally never, ever could have happened. One, no one would have taken the signature on the book seriously. Not Foolish, not Sneeg, not Zam. Two, Roz probably would have just become the queen of yellow. Nothing would have happened. Nothing would have changed. Three, Sneeg and Zam, even if Roz didn't, would have probably still had yellow be a thing. Rewind a little bit, go down a slightly different route. They go, Roz, I can't believe you've done this. She goes, I didn't do this. They go, okay, we believe Roz. The king goes, no, I don't believe Roz. This signature says it's Roz. I'm sticking with Owen. We go right back to the beginning where we had this first conversation of like, is Owen good or bad? Should he be exiled? But this time it's about Roz being exiled. And Foolish is like, no, I don't want Roz in the kingdom. She's too much of a liability. She might kill me. Zam and Sneeg go, well, in which case then we're leaving. That leaves Foolish and Owen remaining. They literally leave yellow and join purple. That leaves just Foolish and Owen remaining. The Jester then kills Foolish. That's another person removed from yellow. Owen then turns to the keeper and says, I don't want to be on yellow anymore. He then gets removed from yellow. Everybody at this point has left yellow and yellow dissolves. That's how I would have written the ending of the war conflict. It now can't happen. I'm no longer there to act as a catalyst for that. And it just probably wouldn't have happened ever, to be honest. So instead, I worked with all of green rather than all of yellow to facilitate the ending of my story at the least. Not at all. No. But cool idea, huh? So you wanted the ending of Yellow's team to be dissolved. I think it would have added a lot of weight to the conflict. It would have freed up... Okay, so when did we start this war? This green versus yellow war? It's been like 3 weeks? 4 weeks? I don't know if you all saw, but Foolish looked ready to fight you until the bluff about the TNT. He did, didn't he? No. The formal declaration of war. At least day 2. Okay, fine. It's been from the very beginning, it seems. Like, I was thinking it was like 3 weeks ago, if I'm going to talk about like the formal declaration, when green basically declared war on blue, and then green sort of moved its sights over to yellow. So green and yellow are locked into this war. From a writing standpoint, what do we do now? Blue is there. I'm aware that they have lore. The content creators are doing a great job doing all of the lore in blue. Particularly AIMZ is doing a really good job representing the blue faction. We've now just had a new faction come in, Orange, with a bunch of new content creators, new cast members. It would be really exciting to give them an opportunity to be able to have that sort of centerfold. I'm not trying to main character the conflict that we started, but green and yellow certainly is a large part of what makes the realm lore happen. It's that like constant conflict. And I feel it's only going to grow from here. It needs to resolve in some way. The content creators, the cast members, or maybe the admins, if they wanna basically be like, all right, we're doing this for you guys at this point because you're not going to do this. If it doesn't happen, it's going to be a really underwhelming war. I wanted to facilitate the end of that war, but I didn't want to main character myself too hard, and so I didn't end up pushing for this like dissolving of yellow. If the Jester had been responsible for the dissolving of yellow, it would have been a really poignant and conclusive story. He was there at the very beginning. He was there at the very end. Gotta go. Great finale, by the way. Thank you very much. And then, with the disappearance of yellow, a power vacuum, which blue and orange can fill to allow the content creators to be drawn into that center focus more. It needs to happen. Something needs to happen. Yeah, so Cold War is a very good comparison. We're currently in a Cold War. I think it still can happen off the back of what has happened yesterday, which was the Jester killing the king, as long as the content creators and cast members don't pretend like the Jester doing that had no effect on anything. It needs to have an effect on you as a person, as a character. It needs to drive you and give you that catalyst to do something. And that something can't just be, we kill bad. Or we killed Lukey or something. It's gotta be, you gotta sit down in a group to group and discuss what's the most interesting thing that is better than death. Hunting, yeah, they did start hunting green, but it needs to be something more. Please do not kill Lukey, bro. Can't take this. It can't just be resets because bad is immortal. So if we just keep playing this game of I kill you, you kill me, there needs to be something else. A prison would be an interesting way. That would be pretty cool. If somebody... Oh, wait, hang on. No. No. Sorry, I was just suddenly in my brain. I was like, wow, what if they were like chained up in there forever? And I was like, ah! Like a Freddy Fazbear jump scare. Oh, you give me more? Bad can be corrupted. That's why he cares more than foolish of his life. I see. That's deep lore. You guys have said about that a couple of times over. What has happened while I've been streaming this stream? Will we ever get you and Foolish doing other things together? It's been so much fun getting to know you two. Yeah. I don't know. Okay, I thought you guys were saying that because you were like, they've been doing something. Bad has gotten so much flack as the villain. I really hope Foolish comes back on an evil arc. That would be cool. It's a shame that Bad is getting a lot of flack. Like, shout out Bad Boy Halo as a creator for being kind enough to allow me to kill Foolish. Because he really... His whole character concept kind of revolved around, like, I'm Foolish's biggest op, and I want to be the only one that kills him. He even said that when I joined Green. He was like, oh, but I don't know, because I want to kill Foolish. I don't think he said it to me as a character, but he did say it like on his stream. And I was kind of worried. I was getting heart palpitations because I was like, oh God, my whole character's concept is killing Foolish. I really hope that this doesn't get like compromised by my partner in crime. And sure enough, he didn't. And I really, really appreciate that. Granted, there's a reason why I was rushing Lukey so much when he was talking to Foolish, because I needed everything to happen in the peace treaty, because I couldn't be 100% certain that Pangy, Lukey, or Bad were going to snipe that kill. And if we had been out of peace treaty, that temptation would have been way higher. Foolish gave me an interrogation beforehand. He did. I didn't realize. I fully got why Foolish was doing it, because he didn't want to immediately come to me and be like, what's this about green or whatever. And I liked that he did pad it. Eventually, the peace treaty ended up getting extended anyway, but, you know, I was worried. Plus, that let you have the threat of you could kill us off, but you'll be banned because treaty. Yeah. Bad was considering it, but so much fun Foolish was having. I think that's a really good spin. I think Bad Boy Haley did a really good job at not compromising his character's concept by being like, I think it's really cute watching Foolish and Owen like sort of tough it out in their little game. Like, Foolish is clearly enjoying himself. I don't want to ruin his game. That's really good. Obviously very patronizing, but because he's an immortal demon or whatever, of course he's going to be. Every single conflict is going to be seen as this small thing. But I'm glad that he didn't go like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't care if Owen kills Foolish because it doesn't matter. It did matter. It matters to Owen, and clearly Foolish was enjoying it as well. They still care in some weird way. Yeah. Are we able to share theories? Yeah, sure. I don't know what the law admins are planning. So anything that you share, I'm now hands off. So we'll see what happens. Oh man, lots of talking. Talk about a just chatting stream. I would love to see how Rosensneak and like emotionally respond to Foolish dying. Apart from hating someone for doing it, like how they feel guilty. I hope that they feel like they let him down. I don't mean that in a mean way. I mean that in a character development way. I hope that they realize like, dang, even after everything, what we didn't do was good enough. My theory is that Coursefield and Jester loved each other very much and they kissed. I think so too, Luan. I think so too. They just don't move on like nothing happened. Hey, if that's the way they want to take it, at that point, this point, my hands are off. And that's kind of why. This is the first time I've ever played a character where it's like, I was saying this to Luan yesterday. This is the first time I've ever played a character where it's like, I'm out first, quote unquote. With outsiders, it was a certain someone. I obviously won't say who. But in pretty much every SMP, I've been sticking around sort of towards at least seeing the last act. But this time was the first time I ever took my bow early. And I'll tell you what, it's really cool. It feels good. If you feel happy about your story ending where it did, if you're ever in a scenario where you have the opportunity to be the first one gone, absolutely take it. Because you get to see the impression your character made on the story after your story came to an end. What I never get to see is, how did people react to see Owen afterwards? How did people react to the climber rat or whatever afterwards? Because the story always ends there. But now, imagine outsiders, you got to see another, like, I don't know, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. I have no idea how long the thing is going on for. Imagine getting to see the remainder of it afterwards. That's basically what I get to do. Would you rather the war be won in one way or another, or dissolved, mitigated? I don't mind as long as it's satisfying. Like, it just needs to feel good as a consumer. Violence will obviously make that very easy. Mitigating it or dissolving it in some way will be a trickier right, but if it can be done, that's pretty cool. Really good to see what happens when Foolish comes back, and if he says anything about the reasoning you gave. Will anyone take accountability for the choices that led to this path of him knowing that if you'd been treated better, this wouldn't have happened? Yeah, I hope that gets, yeah. I really liked how TR Owen would weaponize loyalty against TR Roz. I don't know if it was intended. I feel like it was a test between Roz's loyalty towards the kingdom or TR Aimsy, especially whenever the Jester would kind of berate Aimsy to see whether Roz would choose the kingdom first. Yeah, I think it would have been cool to have expanded on the story beat of best not be friends with people outside the kingdom, huh? Like, that's what the Jester was trying to do to Roz from the get-go. And I almost feel like Roz did learn her lesson. Like, am I wrong in saying that? That TR Owen was absolutely proven right that you shouldn't have friends outside the kingdom? Specifically revolving around TR Roz? I hope that's played on more. I hope the Jester killing the king does take effect rather than just being ignored. Listen, guys, even if it is 100% completely ignored, the character was still successful in doing what he set out to do. Like, they could rewind time. TR Owen still got the satisfaction. And that, to me, means that the character's finished. So I'm not too worried. I'm glad I got a laugh out of you. Kind of want to see TR Owen's actions be treated like how TR Pilly's actions are treated. Headcanon that if you show up in someone's chat, it's Stultus waking you up being like, I've been hanging out in a lot more people's chats recently. Because now I get to be an audience member. Do you think you'll ever be able to top the law on Outsiders? I think I did. I think New Life beat Outsiders. From a writing standpoint, I think I'm more proud of the story that I told in New Life than I am in Outsiders. It's interesting to see players start to turn the blame to TR Bad again. In a way, it's taking away Owen's agency from him in death. Yeah. Come on, guys. Don't blame Bad. What a cop-out. I think the characters are grieving and they're in the anger stage and they need something to reel against. And so they have chosen the biggest, baddest guy that they can find and they are just like banging on his chest. Like, I don't actually think that they think that Bad is responsible for this. Since TR Owen isn't there anymore, they're going to the next big thing. Exactly, yeah. Which makes a lot of sense in character. Yeah, that was exactly the moment I think where your effort to do something with Roz was very noticeable. The moment you responded in a calm and fairly calculated way, not factually or emotionally, confirmed sneaks and clowns idea of you. Yeah, probably. Zam's whole character arc right now is that Bad is the ultimate evil and the cause of everything. Interesting. I'll blame anyone but myself. I got you, don't worry. Thanks, Lukey. Also, if they say they believe you are the driving force, that they have to handle, then they have to handle being wrong and overlooking you, which means dealing with them and losing. Yeah, that's true. What's crazy is, in a way, TR Foolish is also to blame for his own death. Yeah, the whole motive. And I really liked that Foolish picked up on that at the end. I liked that he went, oh, I misunderstood. I thought you were just a character for chaos, but you actually are calculated. There is motive and reason behind why you're choosing to kill me. And it was like, thanks, man. Like, obviously, I needed to stay in character and be like, flattery won't save you. But in my head, I was like, oh, thanks. That was a nice acknowledgement. I appreciated it a lot. Foolish is so cool. Cool guy. Did you like the poker analogy? I did. I liked how he was like, God, it feels like I'm playing poker. It feels like I'm playing poker right now. But I don't know. And he looks across from me and I'm like, he did cook. It was cool watching his like proverbial focus go from like up here, like imagining to like, and then like locking in what's ahead of him. I think it kind of makes sense for Yellow to blame TR Bad because they can't get any revenge as TR Owen is gone. Yes, that's what I was saying. I think they're grieving and they can't let it out on TR Owen. Because can you imagine if I logged in right now? No law, just killing. 3 deaths back to back. No armor. At spawn. Instant. Put a QB face and then leave. No, it would undermine everything. One thing I am quite peeved by is when people's first reaction to story arcs is the personal gain and being right. Which, yeah, of course you want your character to go further, but also consider what is actually realistic. Please keep your character's actual motivations in mind. Yeah. It's good to have Achilles heels. It's good to have flaws. Flaws allow conflict, which allows story. Question, was there any intention to kill Foolish before the finale? Because you set up a trap on the day the red faction arrived. Oh, yeah. I almost completely jumped the gun. That was going to be a, like... Man, good thing I didn't, right? That was almost way too quick. Because I had heard word that the king was basically removing the Jester. Somebody said that. I forget who. I think Beck said it because she overheard the conversation, or Roz said it, and then later. So I set up a big trap, and then I went over to Foolish, being like, "Are you planning on getting rid of me?" And then he goes, "No, not at all." And I go, "Oh, okay, phew. Get rid of this trap." He made the trap because if he doesn't have proximity to the king, he can't do what he needs to do. And if he is going to be let go, that trumps any kind of nuanced motive that he ended up acting on. That was just him being petty and bitter. You don't want me in your kingdom? Fine, I'll just kill you now then. Because like, if he's ostracized from the kingdom and has no ties, he basically doesn't have a choice. He can't do what he needs to do. Then finding bad secret base with Foolish's throne and a mini shrine unfortunately shifted the focus back to bad. Whatever, it's fine. I really like how you wrote it in the book, visiting a hammer will see every problem as a nail. Like, that's the sort of flaw that just starts to exist, yet would be a great setup for an Achilles heel. Sadly, he became part of this voice of reason. On the beginning, do you expect to ever work with Green? I hoped I never would have to. Not because I didn't want the creators to be... Not because I didn't vibe with the creators, but because I wanted to be in yellow. Because, and this is where a bit of CC Owen comes in, because I made it, man. Like, Foolish and I made that faction. So when people started being like, making fan art of Owen, and you guys will have seen because I made an announcement, when people started making fan art of Owen, of TR Owen not being in the faction, it's like, man, this sucks. Like, these people are so committed to this king, which, like, I named it the King of Fools, like the Kingdom of Fools. I started this storyline. I'm not trying to be egotistical, but please don't write me off now that you're like getting a lot of traction in the story because of something that I made, and then you just want to like push me out of it now that I'm no longer like of any use to it. I love how to get the ball rolling. Your character had to use TR bad to make TR Foolish think that there was some grand weapon of bads, which is what Foolish had always been focused on. Yeah, I really like that. That was cool. I say I really like that. I wrote it. Imagine being like, no, I didn't like when I wrote that. It sounds too self-indulgent. But yeah, I wrote that and I was like, this is good because it allows Bad to be involved in the story and I want him to be. And it makes way more sense that Foolish would like come to Owen after that. If I'd gone to Foolish and went, there's a secret weapon that they have, he'd be like, is there? Really? I just hated how happy everyone was being because you got ousted and making it a prideful thing. And it's like, yeah, this should be sad. This should be a sad thing. Like, I know that you guys know that I'm a baddie, but you shouldn't, because that's not... I've done nothing to suggest that. It's not ego, but being proud of what you made. Yeah, I suppose you're right. It felt like being socially evicted in a very real way. As someone being familiar with what that feels like in real life, it was palpable. It sucked. It was crazy. Not one of the founders left, and that never really had any focus. Yeah, that was sad as well. That's kind of why I'll put a gravestone next to Roz. Please do. That would be funny. Yeah, like, because like I'd put in so much work to be like, I am loyal to the kingdom. I will kill Crow in a heartbeat if given the opportunity. I will tell everybody else that they're peasants. I will build this wall to keep us safe. And instead of that being used as a canonical reason of like, yes, he can't have any wrong motives because of look how dedicated he is to the king. Instead, the characters or the cast members use that as fuel to be like, and this is why he's a baddie. And it's like, why do you know that? You shouldn't know that. That's why I started to go on about metagaming at some point. The thing is, though, I wonder if the Jester started slipping his mask a bit, because when the red team came and you almost got a place with Tommy, you might have slipped that mask a bit with the dripstone. Oh, definitely, yeah. It was slipping there. But for the longest time, I was wondering if you would actually do something more than I am loyal to the king. No, I have to do something else. I think the peddling of the narrative that you weren't a founder of the Kingdom of Fools was sad, and that was one of the grievances I had with the characters, making a point that turned into it just being a false truth in the community. It's crazy how quickly things will just, like, just become true. Weird, huh? I spent so many hours pacing about this. Trust me, all the hurt you guys felt was very real inside of me as well. But it's water under the bridge now. The narrative, the story got told. I would have been a completely different person had I not got to tell the story that I wanted to. So I'm really not that fussed about it. Oh my god, the way I just wanted to just aggressively shake it on when they were like, well, actually, the king is friends with others, so there's no way he would have asked you to make a wall. You're taking jobs from Roz. Backflips. That one post I made of guys on bus, one happy, one sad was so real. I was very, 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 very happy about the finale. And again, I start to sound like a broken record. Shout out Foolish, who always took the time to be like, he is one of the founding members, and he has shown a lot of loyalty, and I think I want to keep him around for a little bit. That wasn't a character flaw. That was just him being nice. Hate when the community conversation about stuff on Twitter influences the story narrative this heavily. It would have never been that way in the... Partially because of the time span difference after everything did happen really fast. Everything happened so fast in the realm. Bring me back to the... In order for there to be conflict, there needs to be a lack of communication, but things get resolved the same day they happen because everybody communicates with each other. And we need to stop that. As story writers, we need to be like, hey, I'm not going to tell you what happened. Because if I don't tell you, then you'll make assumptions. And those assumptions will likely be wrong. And then that allows for misunderstandings. And then that allows for conflict, which allows for story, which allows for viewer retention, which allows for money, which allows us to keep doing what we're doing. Will any Owen's e.g. TR Owen appear in any other SMP? TR Owen absolutely might appear in another SMP. Sort of like Ghost Owen, he has that ability to just transcend the narrative. Well, because the whole thing about the realm is that it is fourth wall break. Because remember those books where it was like this person came from a place with a maze. This person came from a place where there was a lot of pirate ships and there was like islands and stuff. Naturally, that gave the multiverse stuff. The multiverse just grabbed a bunch of characters and put them in this thing. So TR Owen came from somewhere that wasn't the realm. And so naturally, he can appear in other ways. Okay, I think that's all for today. Thank you, all of the doozers that are clearly here. I can see the waving emotes. Let's see who we can raid into. Thank you for watching my realm character again. I hope nothing I've said today has ruffled any feathers. I say it out of a love for the concept of story writing. I want this to be a fun experience for everybody. I want people to have fulfilling narratives. I do not want to upset anybody out of character. Obviously, I don't mind upsetting people in character. So everything that I've said has been like just my own personal thoughts and feelings and opinions. I don't represent anybody like POW or the realm or anything like that. And I have much love for all of the admins, for Toby for inviting me. Toby was very, very kind. A lot of the times when I had a lot of aggravations and stuff, he would listen and hear me out. And I really appreciate him for that. So let's see. Thank you very much for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure. One final question. Where do you imagine the Jester got the final hit? Oh, across the body, the head. He decapitated him. But Foolish doesn't bleed in the same way that other people do. It's almost like a metally alloy thing. So it's like the head of like a robot or whatever. That's my headcanon. All right, see you later. Thank you for joining me on this journey.